Okay, so I finally picked up the playable version of Doombot. That is right, we finally have Doombots available to collect from the new Doom Cycle weird side quest new game thing. Very strange piece of content. Let me know your thoughts on the Doom Cycle in the comments below, because I'm not exactly sold on it. Don't do what I'm doing here, by the way. Don't use units to rank up your champions. It's very dumb. You can always go and get those resources from the daily quest. I could not be f***ed to do it. But yeah, it seems like very extra, very weird, because we haven't had a new game mode in years, probably since Battlegrounds, and then we get 2 in 2 weeks. We had MCOC Poker, and now Doom Cycle, which is very strange. But you can see we took him from rank 1 to rank 3, we awakened him, and I am going to kit him out with a full team synergy and take him up against Thanos in Act 3, because Doom versus Thanos kind of goes together, match made in heaven. That's an iconic matchup right there. And we're going to need a full synergy team, because 2 stars, a 2-star rank 3, it can do this. It's just... Thanos is kind of a beef master supreme. He's a very chonky boy. And the Doombots, while they are pretty cool, they're not exactly game-breaking. Personally, I would have liked to see them maybe not as 2 stars. You could probably get away with releasing them as 6 stars, to be honest, and you wouldn't have much impact on the meta. The only issue is, like, you're giving them away for free to everybody. So I suppose 2 stars are fair. And also, it kind of is in line with the Deadpooloids. They're also 2-star trophy champions. But, there was some thought put into these guys' kits. There are 6 Doombots, 1 for each class, and each one has a kit that corresponds to its class. So this Doombot, this is the Science Doombot, this is the one you get for completing Chapter 8 in the Doom Cycle. I did that today. I invested in Human Torch to do that. I quite like him. I think he's pretty good for it. And on your basic combos, you have a chance to apply these debuffs. You can apply Fatigue, Weakness, Slow, Vulnerability, lots of things going on there. On the Awakened ability, you have a chance when the opponent throws a special attack to apply a Petrify debuff, which can be alright, up to a max of 3. When the opponent throws a special attack, you gain a 15% passive Fury, which is nice. And he does have a few personal synergies. So he has synergies with Doombots, obviously all the rest of the Doombots. They give each other extra physical resistance, and he has a synergy with Doom, which I am running, that gives him extra attack when he's using a heavy attack, which is kind of cool. And each of these guys have separate animations that correspond to, different champions from their class. So you just saw there, the basic combos on this guy are from Dr. Doom. That's the same for all the Doombots, except you can't, bitch slap anyone like Dr. Doom does. On the heavy attack is that of Sentry, and you can't chain it from your regular combo. This guy's SP1 is that of Electro, and his SP2 is the SP1 from Quake, although it's a little bit different because it has travel time. So if you throw it and you're not right next to the opponent, they can block it. I'm not sure if you're going to see that in this footage, but I did a practice run, as I always do, and the AI definitely blocked one of those SP2s, which is strange. But you also get this enormous combo. You get this enormous wombo combo because you have this very, very long stun that activates when you throw a special attack, and it then goes on cooldown for a while. But it's pretty nice. You get these wombo combos going. It's pretty fun. Now, we chose the Mystic lane here in 3.2.6. It's weird that there are only 2 chapters in Act 3. I forget that, A, there are only 2 chapters, and also, B, a normal, ordinary new player going through this content would not have a 2-star. They would have a fairly developed 4-star roster at this point, but we're about to finish off Juggernaut here. Now, I want to share a bit of an idea I had for these characters, because obviously they're trophy champions, and they're not meant to be much more than that. They were released as 2 stars. They're not going to make a significant impact on anybody's roster. They're kind of just to look at and go, hey, that's cool. He's even got his, the Doom stare for the victory animation. Looks like pretty cool, and he stares into your soul, right? They're not much more than trophy champions, but I had an idea that I think I want to share. And basically it goes towards unlocking 7-star Dr. Doom. Right, so obviously getting all these guys is a bit of a grind. You have to complete Shatter Mode tens of times in order to unlock the final Doombot, which is the Mystic Doombot. And I just thought, well, okay, you get a free Titan for that, which is nice. You get plenty of units for that, which is always appreciated. But what if we turn this into a bigger event, right? So I thought, okay, phase 1 is you have to do complete fights with your Doombots. So say you have to do like 50 fights with the Doombots. Is that a bit of a grind? Yeah, it is. Is it a bit repetitive? Yeah. Will people most likely just farm it in Road to the Labyrinth? Probably. But at least you're using these characters and there's some incentive to put some resources into them. Maybe then stage 2 could be to rank them up. You know, to take all of them to rank 3. And then you get some extra rewards for doing each of these challenges on top of a key that unlocks the next challenge. And then for the step 3, you can do like a dedicated piece of content to the Doombots. So 1 chapter, 6 quests, 1 quest for each Doombot with opponents of the opposing class. You do each quest with that Doombot, and then you get obviously rewards for that. Maybe we can get some Titan shards, maybe we could get some other stuff going on there. And then you unlock something else, or my final plan is actually you just have the off-season of 1 Battlegrounds meta just be locked to 2-star characters. Just like Blue Sky in this, right? That does a few things. First thing is it kind of clears up the horrendous shit show that is Battlegrounds right now. I have no will to play that game mode whatsoever. I'm not even going to get the Radiance, I swear, at this point. Just because it's such a pay-to-win fest at the moment. With Celicure, I'm not talking about it, by the way, please don't kill me. Seriously, it's just not fun. And playing with 2 stars levels the playing field quite a lot between those who pay an enormous amount and those who don't. Kabam have really monetized that game mode. But what it does is it levels the playing field, especially as now, after the Fantastic Force recruitment, after MCOC Poker, we all have 52 2-star characters, so it's not like you have any excuse. If you haven't ranked up your 2 stars, you definitely have a Battlegrounds deck's worth of good champions, and it's not exactly difficult to rank up 2 stars. And then you can have some objectives where throughout that week, you need to win rounds with the Doombots, either on defense or on offense. They do have some defensive use. I think the skill 1 passively reduces the opponent's defensive ability accuracy, which will turn off their parry, which is kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, just kind of just win rounds with Doombots. You can give them a node that boosts them quite a lot, and that will be really fun. And then after you've done all those objectives, you get all those like keys or whatever, then you can unlock the chest for 7-star Doctor Doom. And you got to give something to the whales as well. So there'll be some sort of event you can just pay to awaken him. And if you don't want to do all the work, you can just pay to get him and awaken him. There you go, alright? And Doctor Doom doesn't exactly need to be awakened. It's nice, but he doesn't need it. And I think a 7-star Doctor Doom would be completely fair, right, by the way. I think he'll be fine as a 7-star, because defensively, the science class is busted. So yeah, a 7-star Doctor Doom would be a nice step up in terms of his defensive difficulty. I fought Doctor Doom actually in my last video against a hacker. He placed 6-star Doctor Doom in round 2. And I just wiped him from the face of the earth in nearly 52,000 points, right? That's just what happens now. You place a 6-star on defense, that's what happens. 7 stars are where it's at. So I think defensively it'll be nice, because the science class is just so busted right now, it will be fair. And offensively, really nice to see Doom back. Obviously his enormous base attack is going to help him quite a lot, but there are plenty of cosmic defenders that Doom can't take. Right, Maestro, Incinerate and Shock Immune, not going to go anywhere. At the moment he gets that glancing, it's game over, if you can manage it at all. Then there's the Serpent, right? Awakened Serpent. The Awakened ability, where he goes stun immune during special attacks, is designed to counter the Doom cycle, right? It's designed to stop you just locking him in an SP3 and stunning him, right? So that's out. Then there's Dark Phoenix. Now, Dark Phoenix would be interesting. I think she's Incinerate immune, so that's gone. But you could technically just stop her from throwing an SP1. The SP3 disables the safeguard. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I'm not sure if she has any sort of immunity to Power Steel. I don't know. If she does, then let me know. I might be wrong on that. But that might be a fun matchup, and he could be a Mystic of the future. So that would be cool. But anyway, yeah, I think 7-star Doctor Doom would be pretty cool. And that's just an idea. Obviously, that's just an idea for an event that we could have. But I think it's a pretty cool one. I think the game is due 7-star Doctor Doom at this point. I just don't want to see him released behind a £1,000 paywall again. Right, but we're finishing up the path here. We're up against Doctor Strange. I try using some heavy attacks, and it doesn't seem like the Doctor Doom synergy does very much at all. And there he goes. So I like this animation script. It looks really cool. They look really cool. It's nice to have these guys as playable characters. I think that's really nice. Even if they are just 2 stars, might as well make this video. bit of nostalgia going back into Act 3 against Thanos. And like I said at the beginning of the video, this guy's Beefmaster Supreme, okay? He is 17,000, nearly 18,000 health. I think I straight up forget to place the White Mags pre-fight. And you know what, I'll give you 90 seconds of this. And then we'll just cut it to the end. Because, I'll give you a clue. I think there were 400 hits in this fight. I think it was 399 was my combo at the end. I didn't get hit. I'll tell you, it was weird. Going into this matchup, I was like, whoa, there's special attacks. I just haven't played this guy. I haven't fought this guy since Raids. I haven't fought this guy since the first iteration of Raids. And before Raids, I haven't fought this guy since I did Act 3. So that's weird, I guess. Certain people have like ranked up 7-star, 6-star Thanos on their accounts. Because it's funny. But I certainly have not. I take that hit through the block, and even though these guys do have decent block proficiency, and they have quite a lot of block penetration as well as actually part of their kit, no, this is just very, very, very tanky Thanos here, and yeah, it's rough. It's rough for sure. We're not doing a lot of damage at all. Thanos is obviously considerably chunkier than the path fights in this quest. That on top of his armor, which I believe gets stronger the closer he is to death, and then the armor up buff he can trigger on chance. He doesn't have a lot in his kit, but if you don't have a good counter, you don't have someone who hits pretty hard, my god, you're going to be here a while. You are definitely going to be here a while. Jeez. But it is kind of nice to see Thanos back. Like, just ordinary Thanos. I know Deathless Thanos is where it's at right now, and I'm so glad that he got that buff. But, you know, it's Thanos. That's nice.
20 minutes later.
Oh. What happened? That. Oh, we're still on? We're still on. Oh boy. We're still got, what, 5% left? Jesus. What's that hit count? 280? Oh my word. It's gonna be 300 hits. It's gonna be 300 hits. Right, okay, I might have slightly misjudged this. It doesn't matter. Anyway, another SP2 that did 200 damage. Jesus Christ. Right, big crits. There we go. There we go. Alright, we finally get through it in just over 4 minutes. Nice. Doombot versus Thanos, everybody. Right, that is just about all I have for you today. If you have made it this far, then congratulations. You have an attention span greater than that of a goldfish. And go away.